The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, because you could be watching this at any time of the day. It is your fave duo, Ryan Z from Healthy Him and
Dwayne from the Networks program. And whose show is it?
The Dynamic Duo. Okay, we got it this time, y'all. We told we was going to practice, but we still didn't practice, but we just get it because we just do it like that. Okay, and it's period. Okay.
We wake up like this.
But first, we want to thank, Pyro Media for always producing us so beautifully. APLA Health for giving us, the jobs that we have, and CDC for always giving us the funds and the money. Okay, and we are here today. We are moisturizing.
Okay.
There we go. Good job. Okay. How you feeling today, co-host?
Full.
Mm-hmm. In what way? Elaborate.
In the literal sense of full, because we usually have lunch before this, y'all. I guess I wouldn't say in the figurative sense. In the figurative sense, I feel a little ran low. But that just happens with life and adulthood, and let's just keep it above y'all, because I always keep it above y'all bills. Okay. So it's just like, it is what it is. But we here, we're queer, and we black, and ready to give y'all a good old show.
You're funny. You're so funny. Oh my gosh. But I'm good. I'm chilling. Today has been, what you saying to people for?
Oh, I was looking at the private chat.
LOL.
Call me, get me your flowers.
What do he say? I don't know what he said. But You asked how I was. I'm okay though. Ultimately, this weekend was good, y'all. I told y'all last week I was going to a weekend concert that weekend, but clearly, if y'all know what happened at the weekend, this past weekend, essentially he left after 3 songs because he said he lost his voice, which is stupid. He could lip sync or something, but he left and we was real mad. And yeah, but I still had a great night. Things turned, around, and things were still great. Like, I had a great night, great weekend, rejuvenation, and today I just feel I feel good. Like, I feel pretty good. Like, I had a lot to do today, but I still feel like I got it all done. And it's been a good day. Oh. It's a good start to a short week, because it's only a 4-day week. Mm-hmm. So we love that.
And it might be even shorter for me, so we'll see.
LOL. But yes, it's going to be a good week. I'm excited. Okay, but without further ado, let's get into what we do here. So let's start with Swab and Chill, because y'all know what we got to talk about. So first off, Swab and Chill, for those who don't know, is our at-home HIV testing kit, okay? We send it to you, and you can take the test in the comfort of your own home. Now, you guys have not met Dion yet, but if you follow Healthy Him on Instagram, then you have seen Dion. And he is now the head honcho, as he says, of Swab and Chill. So if you want to get that, it should be a number below us right now. Kwame should have it, yeah. Or email, where you will see. And you can call us, and we will have it sent to you. All we need is, a little bit of information to figure out what are you doing sexually currently. And then we send it out, and it comes with a bunch of goodies. It comes with a mask. It comes with, a fanny pack. Some of them still in there. We have, some SPF, because the black people need SPF.
They be all up in your business, y'all.
Hand sanitizer, all of that. Who be all in your business? We do not be in your business. We don't ask that many questions. The A form asks those questions. So I'm chill about eval way. We don't ask that many questions. But yeah, healthy him checklist now. If you are a Black queer man between the ages of 18 and 39, you can come get a HIV test, Insty, quick prick with me now because your boy is certified. Then you can get STI testing with our clinic, and then you essentially just get $50 instantly. That's it. But you have to be a Black queer man, gay, bisexual, or queer between the ages of 18 and 39. And that's pretty much all the requirements we ask for. It's important to know your status. Knowing your status is sexy. And also you get money to basically just get tested. So why not? Because you can go anywhere and get tested, but like who actually incentivizes you that much for getting tested? It's rare.
Right.
I'm just saying. Well, what y'all doing out here? What y'all got going on?
So it's the same old, same old. We're doing the HIV testing, the STD and STI testing and treatments. Okay, we do not link you to care at the Out Here clinics, but we do refer you to our other clinics where you can be linked to care and our other services such as our food pantry over on Olympic. Okay,
Ooh.
we have a clothing closet and other things of that nature. So come on through. Okay, there is nothing scary about knowing your status. It should be more empowering to you. All right, and again, we have our locations in Baldwin Hills, Long Beach, CDU, MLK, and Watts Willowbrook. Ooh. Okay, where we have started a new group out there called Men's Mountaintop. Okay, check that out. Okay, and then we also have our Olympic location and our I want to say Wilshire,
Mid Wilshire
location.
Okay, I thought that was Olympic, but okay.
No, it's different.
Are they different?
It's different.
Oh,
they
okay.
close by, but they're
Okay.
not the same.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we have a Baldwin Hills suite right here by our Baldwin Hills actual, location out
Right,
here.
exactly,
So that's fair.
Because APLA got the minty hunty, okay?
They do. Don't think about saying that. That's mine.
Mm.
That's mine. You better lay low. Anyway, but yes.
Nippy gonna get you. But yes, we also have our prep and pep services where you can see
we do.
Our prep navigator,
Tell them about it.
Roberto. Okay,
Come on, Roberto.
He'll give you all the facts and some of the fiction, okay, that you probably thought you knew but didn't know about prep and pep. Okay, he will get you signed up for the free or low or for the low, depending on your situation.
So what if I already know my status? Then what?
As far as what?
Then what? Like I know my status and I'm not in care right now, and I need to
Well, that is where artists comes in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where a linkage to care specialist, whoever that may be right now, because we do not currently have one at the moment.
We do, but okay.
Do we?
We do.
Who is it?
We'll talk off camera. Continue.
Are they working?
They are
right now.
Currently.
Today.
Yes.
They on your team?
No.
They on my team?
Yeah.
That is not no. Because y'all trying to give him extra duties without extra pay.
Anyway,
I don't like that.
No, sweetie.
We don't do that on the network.
It was all
program.
around agreement.
But anyway, let's get to our what?
No, we wasn't finished.
Our
Linkage
what?
to care.
Our what?
Linkage to care. If you don't know your status, or if you do know your status and you're not in the care, we can link you back into care. And if you haven't been in care in a long time, we can link you back into care as well. So yes, linkage to care for those who are positive, and you can also make some money for that as well for artists, but it's not to make money. It's ultimately to get back into care, and that's what we care about. Caring for you.
Make sure you're healthy. Make
Correct.
sure you got your meds. Make sure you stay undetectable.
Correct.
Or get to an undetectable status.
Keep the viral loads down.
Keep it real low.
Okay.
Real low.
But yeah, we can get into our groups. Go ahead.
So on today, even though it is Tuesday, we have a double whammy for y'all because we had a long weekend. So we have yoga from 6 to 7, and then from 7 to 8:30 we have hip hop. Okay, so come on down. If you wanna baby bend over, then come on over to Out Here as from 6 to 7, so you can get your yoga on with RC Square.
Address is 3741 South La Brea Avenue. Again, that is 3741 South La Brea Avenue. Yoga 6 to 7, hip hop 7 to 8:30. You say you want 8:30 today? Okay.
Yeah, because I like to get out on time.
Okay. Okay.
I know a lot of the girls don't like to do that, but I like to get out on time.
Okay. I don't know who else referring to, but okay. But on Thursdays we have BQT.
Before Thursdays, what happens every 2 weeks on Wednesdays at our CGU MLK location?
That is not Healthy Him related. You already gave a shout out to it.
Well, anyway, we're doing it again.
Oh my god.
We have a new group on the block, okay?
They got a new group somewhere
And it
else.
is called a Men's Mountaintop. Okay. Similar to BQT, but not the same.
Not at all.
I don't really know how it is ran by, my project program partner, Malik. Okay. You all saw him a couple episodes back on The Size Matter or whatever. What do we call it?
That's what it was.
The Size Matter? Yes. Okay. So, he was
who got the magic stick. Go ahead.
Oh, it was who got the magic stick. Okay, but yes, so he was the one with the braids. And he is basically running that group. I just co-facilitate with him as always. I just, I bring the extra little razzle dazzle. Okay. But yes, that happens every 2 weeks on Wednesdays at our CGU MLK location. Check our Instagram at networks.outhere. But I believe it should also make an appearance on at Healthy Him Instagram as well. So just keep our social medias for that. Our next group is on the 14th. That is next Wednesday. Ooh. You done? Yeah. So now to Thursday.
Yeah. So now to where it originated from before they took the idea and changed it a little bit. BQT, Black Queer Talks, where we talk about everything between love, sex, relationships, and all those great things in between. Now, like today, we'll be talking about dating and being single and just figuring things out. We do the same thing in BQT. And most recently, we had our first Thursday's mental health with Marty Sellers, who is our Black gay therapist, who is amazing. Oh, yeah. Okay. We love Marty. We had him on the show on our literal first episode, I believe. The first episode of Healthy Him. If you go back and see our first episode ever, you will see Marty, and he's amazing. So, yes, we have every first Thursday a mental health day with him. And then every other week where either people are coming in with subjects or we have our own subjects and we talk about things, we have refreshments and we just kiki and it's a good vibe, a space for us. And it's good to focus on that because holistically, we're not worrying about being out there, having sex, potentially contracting HIV or STIs, and we're just living our life,
I mean, some people in the group are still thinking about that type of stuff because we talk about that stuff. And,
but it's still a safe space of us just mingling and talking and not worrying about that at the time.
I mean, hey, and also it creates a safe space to have those conversations with that person if
they want
you
to.
Don't feel comfortable having them in private or so directly,
Correct. That's period. Without further ado, let's get into the main topic today, okay? We said single-ish. We single-ish. Come on, double entendre.
The single-ish.
It's the single-ish, but we single-ish.
Yeah, so...
You want to take it?
Yeah.
Take it out.
So, as if you're a new watcher or a new listener or however you're tuning in with us today, Ryan and I are both single and on the market right now. So what does dating look like for you, co-host?
Dating look like for me, because we did this episode, it's like a whole rendition because we was in a whole different mind space and back then. But dating for me, it depends. Because I have my tiers. We talked about my tiers, but let me repeat it for those who haven't heard it. So the first tier is you are single and you are just on your lonesome and you single. That's it. The second tier is you are single and dating. Okay, that means you're openly dating, creating a roster, and you are having multiple people you are dating, going out on dates with, seeing them, exploring, seeing who you could potentially go further with. After that, once you decide which individual out of that roster you want to go further with, you date them exclusively, and y'all are dating only each other at that point. Y'all in the third tier. Y'all are like, it's just us. We doing this. We're going to get to know each other on a deeper level now. I don't got no other hoes. It's only you and me. That's it. And then you get to the fourth level when it's like, you know what? We know each other now. We here. We on good terms. We good. We in a relationship now. We go together real bad. So it's going to be like, y'all in a relationship. Boom. So it's y'all. Hopefully monogamous, long term. That's tier 4. Then after that, then it's the proposal. You know what I'm saying? It's the proposal. It's the will you marry me? So it's that. And then you're on tier 5.
Is that how you imagine your future husband to propose to you?
What? Will you marry me?
Yeah, that's what it's giving.
No, I hope not.
Oh, okay.
I hope not. Because the person I'm dealing with right now, I don't know. But they can sing. So I would hope they come a little better than that.
You a singer?
I hope they can go a little better than that. But yeah, I think 5.
Come on, singer.
Tier 5 is like, that's it. because after that, that's it. Like, you married. That's you good.
You know,
So,
in a perfect
yeah.
world, but you know, even Beyonce got cheated on. So
That's true. That is true. But she's also dealing with a savage. Like, what do you expect? But nevertheless,
wow,
nevertheless,
we love the Sages.
dating
over here.
to me, I mean, that's our sister sign, but at the same time, that is being a whole nother world. But yeah, like I said,
So
dating looks like to me.
So do Geminis.
No. Dating looks like to me, that's it, pretty much. The tiers.
The tiers.
And for the tiers, I would say
So
being open while you're single. Like, while you're single-ish, being open to dating others while you're in that space. Unless you're on tier 1. If you're on tier 1, then you just worry about you and you only. So yeah. Because you by your lonesome. You ain't even think about dating. But at least, like, when you're single and dating, then it's like, okay, I'm open to dating. We'll see what happens. You gotta do it. What about you?
Well, I don't know. I feel like those two kind of go hand in hand for me. I have like a similar process. Well, right now the process is kind of being like redefined for myself because before, prior to like these relationships that I have been in and out of for, I would say since like 2019 to like damn near mid 2022. So that's about 3 years, y'all. And before I used to just kind of like, you know, I wasn't really looking for any type of relationship. Like, yes, I was dating, but I was also just kind of like, well, you know, if I like you, I like you. Maybe we can go on a date. Maybe we could hook up. I don't know. I don't really know where it's going. Just kind of very much so going with the flow. But at the end of the day, ultimately just kind of doing my own thing and not really worrying about if it went anywhere. Because ultimately, even back, I mean, I guess that is a common denominator or a common theme of then and now. It's just kind of like the pickings are slim. People say a lot of things and their actions say something completely different. Therefore, for me, it's kind of just like, I don't really feel like you can really take a lot of people seriously out here, if we're being honest. So,
come on, out here.
It's just kind of like, you know, for me, it's very much so like talking. We're dating.
I don't like talking. It's so juvenile.
You know, talking or dating.
Yeah, like that dating.
You know, it's just like, you know, you be dating people, but don't ever go on no actual date. You know, so that's a whole nother thing as well. So it's just like, and I get it. You know, it's generational. It's hard out here for pimp inflation, all that good stuff. Pandemic, people lost their jobs. I get it, but not my ministry. Okay. So for me, it's just kind of like, you know, dating until somebody like steps up to the plate, or if I feel like they can, because sometimes it'll be like people want to step up to the plate, you know, but I've seen things, you know, in the talking/dating stage that showed me they cannot. And therefore it's just kind of like, I think the main part of, for me, the main part of what dating is and what it looks like for me is just being honest. And like Ryan said, being open, you know, to, you know, receiving people how they come and then making the decision for yourself.
Okay, so what's the difference between dating and hooking up?
Now that one is very easy for me. Dating is, I mean, for me, it's blurred lines. It's blurred lines because I think for myself, I like to sample before I commit. So it's kind of like
one of them.
I need to know what it's giving before I just go ahead on and be like, yeah. Like,
yeah, that's like getting married without ever having sex with your partner. It's like, how we get married? I don't even know if
exactly
sexually compatible.
Can't do it.
That's true.
So it's like, you know, it might start off as like, you know, a hookup or something like that, maybe. And then like, you know, if I like it, if it was good, you know, you're respectful and all of that stuff, you don't start acting weird after the initial hookup, then we can date. If you were already acting weird or you already knew that it was good, because sometimes it's like people are just they're so attractive, but and just the intellect and the conversation is lacking.
Mm.
But I can get over that if it's just a hookup, because if it's just a hookup, it's just like we don't have to talk.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to talk much. We just have to, get while the getting is good and move on. So I think that's the difference. Like, dating is somebody you can actually, or you want to take seriously, or you can actually take seriously. Versus like hooking up where it's just like, why we're here. I mean, and whether you're thinking one thing and I'm thinking another, that's where the communication piece comes in, and we start, having conversation about that or not. Because a lot of people like to, hey, Mama Keaton, thank you for tuning in. But yeah, that is the difference. That is the difference for me. What about you? Like, what's the difference between dating and hooking up?
You pretty much solidified it. I agree, because I feel like when you're dating someone, it's like we're dating, we're getting to know each other to some degree. But when you're hooking up, it's definitely strictly like it's sexual. It's totally sexual. But then there's a lot of relationships that can form after hooking up. You have connected with that person so much in that intimate level where it's like, wow, now you want to know who you are. Like, who are you? Because you really put it down, like real, like Justin Sullivan. So I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm trying to figure out how, essentially, how they go. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. I guess that's good. That's a good segue into like my next question, which is like, how do you avoid catching feelings too soon?
That's a good question.
Because what you just described to me sounds like, it started off as like a hookup, it started off as a hookup, and then you was like, whoa. Whoa. You went a little too deep and you touched my spirit. I want to know.
I cannot.
I want to know.
I've had that. And that's what's crazy, because it's like, it happened to me probably not like 2019, 20. That's why I had a little flashback just now. But it was like, it was so good. And I was just like, damn, it was so good. I had my short set. Like, it was really good. We had a whole verse situation, and it was just, it went down. And it was like, it was strictly that, because it was off of Jacked, y'all, for those who don't know. Yeah, the app. So it was off of that, and like,
so Jacked is a dating app, y'all, for those of you who don't know, for queer men of color.
Correct.
To meet and date, but mostly to hook up. That is the general purpose of it, even though it is a dating app.
Correct.
All right. Go ahead.
I did meet one of my exes on there though, and we were together for 4 years, so it is possible to just date.
I mean, yeah, I've met a lot of cool, like, friends,
right,
that are still like, I guess, friends to this day. But
yeah, but for me, I met that person. It was under the pretense it was only a hookup. It was like, it's cool, kind of do woo. But after I got it, I was like, I low-key want to know him. Like, who is he? It was 19, 20-year-old Ryan anyway, because he was just catching feelings too much. But it was also like, yeah, he kept hitting me up and was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be back in town, and I was like, stop telling me that, because I don't really want to see you all the time. So it's
so
possible.
How do you avoid that? How do you avoid
avoiding that? Is just not catching feelings. It's easier said than done, but I would say not putting too much out there too soon. That's what he said. Not putting too much out there too soon, for the sole purpose of, you don't know what the other person is thinking and what they want. I think a lot of situations we have is like, well, sex happens and then it's like, oh, so what are we? Like, what is this now that we've done this? And it's like, we can't always jump into that. We can just leave it at, we had a good time. It was what it was. I see you when I see you. And that's that. Leave it at that. That's all I'm saying.
For me, it's always kind of been, I've very been an upfront and blunt type of person.
Yeah.
Especially when I was on the apps. I'm not on the apps anymore, which makes it a little bit more complicated these days for myself. But when I was on the apps, you knew what it was, you knew it was given. I was always like, and even now I feel like it would help me, but I'm in a different space. Like, I actually want like companionship and partnership in a sea of like people who want to claim you without claiming you. If that makes sense. Hate it. Not a part of it. Don't like it, which is another way I avoid catching feelings altogether, because you kind of just know what this like generation and this pool of men in this time is about. They're not about anybody really but themselves for the most part until you get the title. Shout out to Sierra. Okay, if you know, you know. But yeah, and so for me, it's just kind of very much so just keeping in a buck with everybody. Like if you're just looking for a couple of cool, like, reliable friends with benefits who you're not going to get any STDs or STIs from, then let them know that. If you are looking for a relationship and you would still like to have sex with them, but you'd also like to, possibly do that with maybe like 3 other people, then let them know that as well. Some people like to compete, others don't. I'm not one to compete. So if you're dating me, but you're also dating like this person and that person, I'll be like, you have them go. Like you do that. You do that. Like I'm gonna make my exit because one, you got me messed up thinking that I'm an option.
LOL. Even if y'all both have options, even if you have a roster and they have a roster.
Yes. Yeah, you got me messed up. Like I don't like, it's different from, again, like friends with benefits versus like dating. Because it feels like and see, that's the whole complicated part where I'm at right now anyway, but we'll get into that a little later. To answer the question in the short way, just keep it a buck. Keep it a buck with them and keep it a buck with yourself. If you want friends with benefits, say that. If you want to date, but you also want to date other people, say that as well. And then let people choose. And you can't get mad at them for choosing. But they also can't get mad at you if they choose to continue knowing what they know.
I feel that. Yeah, I would just say, like I said, like, try not to. Like, it's easier said than done, but just try not to. Like, you can't put so much. I feel like we always put so much of ourselves out so soon. And then we realize, ooh, I may be coming on too clingy, or I may be like catching feelings too soon. And it's like, I need to dial it back and just think about it. Like, what does this person want? Like you said, set intentions. If the intentions are clear from the beginning, we know what's up, then it's like, it is what it is. But if it's just like, okay, no, we just hooking up, that's it. That's it. But if there's like, I'm open to whatever. A lot of people be saying they open to whatever.
They lying.
And they be lying. So you have to really be like, are you really? Because you said you're open to whatever. Now I'm telling you I like you. Now what? So you're not open to whatever. Figure it out.
I mean, that's not necessarily true because they could have been open to whatever, but now that you're telling them that you like them, that is not whatever. That is a specific defined thing, which means now they actually have to think about what they would like to do for themselves. Would they like to actually pursue this in a more serious manner, or do they want to continue to play the field? It all depends on, where they're at in life and what they want to do. And that's what I said. You can't get mad at people for making an informed decision.
That's true. But I feel like one who says they're open to whatever is like, you basically opening the door saying like you are open to a relationship to some degree. You're open to that.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean with you.
That's true. That is very true. That is very true.
They're open to whatever. That doesn't mean that it has to be with you.
That's true. Come on, we who?
Chew.
Okay, so what other red flags between hooking up and dating then?
Any type of like signs of domestic violence, saying that they would like smack you up or like manhandle you or anything. I mean,
what if you like that domestic?
I mean, it just all depends on the context. Like I was saying before, you hopped on in there.
Okay.
It's just like
I defend my girl.
If you like that, and if it's in the context of sex, then that'll be clearly defined. But if it's not, if they saying like, oh, if you are, say for instance, you are going to like a DA, a dick appointment, and you're running like 10 minutes late and they get upset or whatever because it's like 3 a.m. and they tired or whatever, they have work at 8, something like that. And they're talking about like, oh, you're lucky I don't like, smack the shit out of you or some shit like that. Red flag. Okay, but that's an obvious one.
Yeah, I'd be like,
yeah, I mean, other red flags are just simply like dishonesty. Because especially if you're single, if you're both single, there's really no need to lie. Like, there's no need to lie at all. Because at the end of the day, all you are doing, again, is letting the person make an informed decision. So if you feel the need to lie, you're obviously up to no good in the first place. Like, because you're trying to manipulate the situation. Problem, red flag, don't do it. What are some for you?
I might have to counteract that last one. I do agree with the first one because I would have been like, what? Equals smack nobody. Especially because the process it takes for a bottom to get ready, sweetie, it takes time. If you really want it, you're going to wait, period. But secondly, with the thing you said, I feel like a lot of people I give people leeway when it comes to that because he's sitting at the table.
You're so nice.
Not because I'm so nice. It's just more so that I understand a lot of times when lies are told is protecting other people's feelings. Sometimes it could be just for manipulation and it could be for, certain instances. But a lot of times when an individual is lying, there's always an underlying reason. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that reason is simply because they would try to protect your feelings. And I've done that a lot because I be trying to protect people's feelings. And I'd be like, let me not, because I don't want them to feel some type of way. Mm-hmm. But I can give the person an informed decision or have them had the choice to, feel how they feel. But for me, I'm an empath. So once I know that it's not going to go how they think it's going to go, and I know how it's going to go, it's going to be like, because I already know how this person's going to react. So I'm like, let me not. But then again, everyone's different.
You're not psychic from my understanding. So you don't really know. Okay. You don't really know. Oh, really?
That's all right.
Help me play the lotto.
That's all right.
Help me play the lotto.
That's all right.
That's
all right.
Anyway, but back to the show. You don't know how it's going to go. Nobody really knows how it's going to go. That is your fears. That is you projecting. That is you assuming that you're going to know where the conversation is going. And at the end of the day, you may feel like you're protecting that person's feelings or whatever, but nobody asks you to do that. Nobody asks to be lied to, from my understanding, unless they're just in that space and point in time in their life where they just cannot handle the truth. So
I've had instances like that though. Like can't handle the truth. And they ended up how I knew they would end up.
Okay, but that's not. I mean, at the end of the day, whether it ends up how you thought it was going to end up or not, it's not your decision to make. You are taking away someone's choice the moment you decide to lie to them for their quote unquote benefit or to protect their feelings. Like
exactly what I said.
That's not. I mean, for me, that's not okay. Like whether they react how you feel like they're going to react or not, taking away someone's choice is never okay.
That's what I said. I said whether I take away their choice or not. 9 times out of 10, I still know how it's going to end up. So to me, although I took away that choice, yes, it's still going to end up how I thought it was going to end up. And it has. I literally have many instances where it's like I knew this was going to happen and it happened. So
maybe you just shouldn't do the things then. Or be honest about it or accept the fate that's going to come with it if you know it's going to be like that.
And have.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, it just sounds to me, because I'm really big on honesty, y'all. Mm-hmm. So for me, it just very much so sounds like, okay, you either, yes, okay, you want to protect their feelings, but also you don't want to deal with what comes with their feelings.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I feel like it's different. I'm just sitting here defending my girls who lie, okay? But I'm not saying lying is good. I'm just defending the ones who lie to protect other people's feelings. Those who actually care about other people's feelings.
It's not to protect other people's feelings at the end of the day. It's always to protect you, because if you really care, no matter what, like, if you really cared, you either wouldn't have done the thing that would have hurt them in the first place, or you would just tell them.
To each his
own. Because definitely, because it's just at the end of the day, we all have choices. Mm-hmm. And autonomy over ourselves, and also autonomy over like our thought process. So if you don't think before you act, then that's a whole nother thing as well. And if you think and you thought that it would be that way, then, hey.
Agree or disagree? We're going to agree or disagree on that one. But definitely, because I feel like protecting feelings is a big thing for me. And I've done that all my life. So,
but at the end of the day, it's just like people are going to get hurt regardless. And I'd rather be hurt by the truth than be protected by a lie.
To this day, a lot of people still don't know some of the things. So I would say people have not gotten hurt. There's been instances like the whole situation with my ex. Yeah. But that was honesty. So sometimes you will be honest and it will hurt and it's going to just be what it is. But other times it's like, look, what they don't know will hurt them. And they don't. So moving on, y'all. We are about to go into commercial break and we'll be right back after this. Bye.
Are you in need of a quick and easy way to know your HIV status? Swab and Chill is a discreet way to learn your status in the comfort of your own home. The process gives you results in 20 minutes. Swab the upper gums, swab the lower gums, and voila! Simply follow the colorful step-by-step instructions located inside the kit. Or call APLA and we can assist you virtually. In addition, all kits include condoms and lube for that penetrative fun. For our trans clients, we have Swab and Chill Plus, a customizable kit for trans-specific needs. And we haven't forgotten about COVID either. All kits include personal protection gear, like face masks, comfortable yet stylish. A personal touch tool for dealing with those germ-infested handles and ATM keypads. Wet wipes for those little messes that need cleaning up. Also, keep that summer body protected with Swab and Chill sunscreen. And don't forget about our fanny packs for those quick trips to the store. All this can be yours. Simply call Swab and Chill at 323-329-9713 or email us at swabandchill@apla.org. We would love for you to be part of our Swab and Chill family.
Come swab and chill with us!
And we are back, y'all. Okay, we was getting into a deep conversation, and he was trying me just now. But anyway,
I'm just keeping it up with everybody because honesty is always the best policy.
Honesty is always. Let me start this right here. Honesty is always the best policy.
Not
Yes,
according to you.
I do. Don't do that. That's what I don't like when you do, and I'm gonna say that publicly right now. You're gonna stop that right now.
I don't know.
Don't
That's
try
what
to
That's
always
what you
do that.
said.
That's
you just
not
said sometimes it's okay if you're protecting the other person's feelings.
No.
So now honesty is the best policy. What is it? Because both of those statements are contradictory.
That's why they gonna let me clear it up right now.
I was just stating my claim about
I heard what you
were
said,
saying.
what I said before, but I
Okay,
still
so-
said it's okay to lie in certain instances.
You have
And
a
now I'm
floor.
clarifying. Thank you.
You're clarifying.
Yes, I am. I am clarifying the fuck. Anyway, like I was saying, breathe, child. He's testing my temper. Now, y'all, I do believe honesty is the best policy. You should always be honest at all times. However, when it comes to protecting certain individuals' feelings, although they do have a choice and you should give them that choice, sometimes, depending on the instance, as I said earlier, you should lie. And that's what I'm going to stick by. I'm going to stick beside that. Because look, some people can't handle the truth. They really can't. They say it in court. You can't handle the truth because you really can't. Some people can't. Like telling a child, like people lie to their children all the time, telling a child that their dog got ran over.
But we're not talking about kids.
We're talking about people in general.
Adults.
Oh, no, I'm talking about everybody.
We're talking about people who are able to have sex because this is what we're talking about right now with the whole single-ish thing. We're talking about dating, y'all. I'm
talking about everything.
In this generation.
I'm talking about everything. So starting with the child.
Well, stay on the topic of the show.
I'm talking about everything, no, because we're talking about lying overall, are we not?
No, we're staying on topic of the show.
Okay, we'll stay on topic with the show. When you have an instance where individual goes and do what they want to do, depending on y'all relationship, whether y'all both single, whether y'all single and dating, whether y'all in a relationship, that's depending on what truth comes out, in my opinion. If y'all in a relationship, be honest. Like, if you cheated, be like, all right, I did this because it is what it is. You're going to get that reaction regardless. And I'd rather it come from me than someone else. That's what I don't like. If you're single, you're single. Like, I feel like you don't need to explain yourself when you're single. That's one thing I don't like doing. Don't explain yourself when you're single because, like, I'm single. You can ask me a question, but, like, I'm not about to elaborate because for what? I'm single. Now, if you're single and dating, it's a teeter because a part of it is like, I kind of owe you based on
Kwame says, I don't know if I agree, Ryan. LO, I agree that if it's like an abusive person, then maybe we shouldn't give the harsh truth. But if it's a semi-safe space, speak your truth, Haney.
I cannot. Yeah, potentially. But for me, like I said, single and dating, you're in that space of, yes, it could be a safe space, but also you have this person who's potentially on your roster of who knows how many. So it's like, I don't really owe you much, but at the same time, I owe you something because you are on my roster. But at the same time, I don't owe you all of this truth because you're not my boyfriend. You're not my man, period. But the thing is, with me, it's a teeter. Because if you know that person, say you got like 3 people on your roster and you're dating them all. Johnny, Beck, and Tim. Random things I just came up with. So Johnny is a type, you can keep it real with him all the time.
Sound like
Johnny is very like, what's up? Not Black Johnny's. Johnny is like, what's up? Like, it's cool. Like, we could be blunt with each other. What's up? And you keep it a buck with them. And it's like, yeah, okay, cool. You could tell Johnny, look, I did this, X, Y, Z, and this happened, boom, boom, boom. But you know, you go to Beck, you're talking to Beck, and Beck is a little more sensitive than Johnny. Beck's a little more sensitive, and it's like, you know, a situation may have happened, and it's like, I'm going to tell you what happened, but I'm not going to tell you every single detail because I know some of it may hurt your feelings, and I'm trying to protect your feelings. And then you go to Tim, and Tim is neither. Okay, he is all the way like.
Have you considered that if you're seeking something solid, you should build something solid? Right, Kwame, you get it.
That's true, but at the same time,
you get it.
At the same time, if you're not really interested in that person to be long-term and solid, then
why are you dating them? Just keep them on the hookup roster then, if that's the case.
But maybe you want to go on dates.
That's using people at that point.
Hey, people can do what they want to do. And then after that, I would say
I don't recommend that, y'all, because karma is real and it'll come back on you 10 times.
Hey, look. But yeah, and then like Tim,
Kwame,
like I was
what
saying,
the comment?
We didn't see it.
Wouldn't it be important to be honest at the beginning and throughout the duration of the time you're with them?
Yes, it would. But at the same time,
it would.
Period. Yes, it would. But at the same time, because I wasn't finished.
All these buts and stipulations,
child, okay,
just
that part.
The wrong.
Don't do that. But at the same time, if you're not, like I said, if you're not interested in being...
Bye, Mama Keaton. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes. If you're not interested in furthering with them, then it's like, okay. Like with Johnny, I feel like that would be the person. Oh, yeah, you're right. With Johnny, I feel like that would be the person you will probably continue with because it's like I can always be blunt with him and we know we keep it real and we're able to move forward in honesty. As far as the other two, it's like if I got to deal with these sensitive emotions and these sensitive feelings, and then Tim being the one who I got to elaborate, but essentially Tim is the one who can't handle either. He can't handle being blunt and he can't even handle like partial like truth because it's like it's too much for him. So you just lie to Tim. You lie to Tim, you tell Beck the half truth, and then you just keep it real with Johnny. So it's just like it's different depending on your relationship with the people and depending on who you are with that person and everything. Like it's just everyone is different. And I think we all just have different mental processes. And we all have to take that in consideration because we all process information differently. And I think that's when I put in the lie sometimes because it's like you're protecting people's feelings and I know how people can react to certain truths. And although you are taking that choice away, as Dwayne said, at the same time, you are still protecting a truth. And at the same time,
right.
On top of that, what?
Or dates, not just bodies, dates.
No offense, and it just want to say, oh, so you're not interested in a solid relationship, you just want bodies. No, you want a solid relationship, but at the same time, what if I only want that with Johnny? I don't want that with Beck and Tim. What if it's just like, I want that with Johnny? Boom.
Then why are you even entertaining Beck and Tim?
Because you can do what the fuck you want to do.
That's a waste of time.
Look, people waste their time all day. We wasting our time like every day when we do the things we do.
Right, Kwame.
So it is what it is. But nevertheless, next question.
I just had something to ask to that because like playing devil's advocate, some of it I can understand. But again, I feel like you're navigating people in a way that you want to be navigated, not navigating them how they would navigate because you're, again, going off of how you think they would react versus like how they would actually react. Now, this would be different. I know it's circumstantial, it's contextual, so we're not going to get into this too much because we're spending a lot of time on this and we have another half of the show to do. But it kind of goes into the next question anyway. You don't know how people are going to react or take something until you try it. You know, now that isn't to say that you haven't already tried it. You know, you could probably test them on something small scale and see how they react. But again, why? Like, I don't know. For me, I don't believe in the whole test. I don't believe in the whole like, you know, okay, let me give you this crumb. If I give you this crumb, let me see how you're going to react to it. Oh, you reacted like that. Like, I can't give you anything bigger because that's how you reacted to that. I don't necessarily believe in that because it's just like, one, it's a test. It's not even a real life. Kwame says, I get what Ryan is saying, but the way it's presented is coming off manipulative, and I'm sure that's not how you're intending it, right? No,
not at all. Not manipulative at all. No.
But it is very much so giving, like, okay, like if I want to go on dates, if I want to have like this attention, if I want to, you know, essentially use these guys for, you know, space fillers, even though I really want Johnny, like, that's okay. And it's just like, no, because people are people. People have actual emotions, people have feelings. And while you're playing with these people's feelings and emotions, thinking that they have an opportunity, thinking that they are building something solid with you, and you're lying to them about certain things because you don't think they can handle it. Right. Or overall, you really just don't want them altogether. Like,
some people like the idea of people.
Unapologetically, like, I'm sorry, but that is manipulation. Mm-hmm. That is using people. Like, and for me, it's pointless, which is why a lot of the times I don't feel like in the sea of like dating and things like that, it's not giving, because that is the mindset of a lot of people. Like, they're just like, oh, well, I can do what I want, and as long as I'm being honest. But first of all, you're not even being honest. Like, you're not being honest at all. You're not being honest to them about like what they're doing, what you're doing with who you're doing it with. Like, okay, outside of the initial, I'm dating other people outside of you, but what we got going on is what we got going on. But how can they even believe that if you're giving convenient lies, sparing lies, as it has been framed, because I don't want to reframe it to be what it is not. You said that you would lie. Sometimes you have to lie to spare people's feelings, and okay. So sparing lies, like, it just.
We gotta move on now.
I don't know. It's just for me. I think it's just people deserve the truth at all times, no matter how much it hurts, because either it's going to hurt them now, it's going to hurt them more when they find out later. If I'm dating multiple people, should I let them know?
You don't have to.
Like,
it's nobody's business.
I feel like
ask. If you ask, I'll tell you. But otherwise, it's like, we're not together, so why does it matter?
I let people know. I let people know everything, so there's no blindsidedness. There is no, ooh, oh my God, like, there is no, because if we're talking, because for me, if I'm dating somebody, I obviously have an interest with you. Hold on. Kwame says, I think there is a lot of trauma in the Black gay community, which leads to unhealthy, hurtful behavior, and it causes a cycle for people to not have positive and healthy dating experience. Boom! Mm-hmm. And that's it's true. And this is why a lot of us need therapists or in therapy.
That's true. Very, very true.
Yeah, because no comment. We already passed it.
Exactly.
For me, I let everybody know.
It's not manipulation.
Because it is.
It's not.
It is.
Not the form that I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. As Kwame was saying, it wasn't
intended to be like that. Yes.
Exactly. Correct.
Intention over the cause and, actual.
Continue.
And like impact. That's the word I was looking for. The intention over the impact. All that people remember and all that people feel is the impact. So regardless of if the intention isn't to be that, if the impact is that, that's what it is for them.
Okay, continue.
I let everybody know because I think everybody needs to make an informed decision. If I'm dating you, obviously we're going to be having conversation. If not every day, almost every day. And so if I'm about to go on a date, or if we're on the phone and I'm about to go on the date and I'm getting ready to go on the date and we're on the phone and I'm talking to you, and I'm like, oh, what are you doing for the rest of the night? I'm be like, oh, I'm hanging out with my friend, like so-and-so, we're going to blah, 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 and such. You know, like, I don't feel like there's a need to really, like, hold that back. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily have to say it's a date. Now, if they ask me if it's a date, I'm be like, yeah, you know, we'll see. Like, because at the end of the day, like, when it comes to this whole dating thing, sometimes you just meet people and it might be the first date. You really don't know if you want to go past that first date with that person. So it's not necessary to do overkill and be like, yes, we going on a date and he taking me to da 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 da. And we were like, it's not giving that. Like, it doesn't have to give all of that. And I don't feel like, and I agree with you, Ryan, because I feel like that's what you're saying. Like, you don't have to give all of that. If you act like, if they ask, you'll tell them. But for the most part, it doesn't have to give that because you just really don't know. And that's the whole mystery of dating in general. It's just like, you don't know where it's going to go. Therefore, you can't really give any solidified answers unless y'all have been dating for an extended amount of time. And now they are officially on the roster with Johnny and Tim. We're going to keep those names.
It's Johnny, Beck, and Tim.
I know. But Beck was like...
No, Tim was the one who was out.
Okay.
He was more honest with Beck and Johnny. But anyway, yeah, like you said, it's only dependent on if they ask. If you ask me, I'll tell you. That's not a problem. But otherwise, I feel like it's none of your business. Because for what? What should you know for? But like you said, if you're on the phone, that's a different story as well. Because, yeah, I'm getting ready to go out with people or a person.
See?
But
dishonest.
That's not dishonest. Because if you're going out with a group of people, then what?
I mean, if you are going out with
depends.
But I was talking about the scenario that I was talking about. Like,
okay, I'm talking about a different scenario. We're talking about two different things. Let it be what it is. So, like I said, if there's a group of people, I'll be like, I'm going out with people. And then if it's that, it's that. If it's not, and it's one person, then I'm not going out with this person. But otherwise, it don't really matter. Because, like, ask me, was it a date? Or are you going out with this person? Are you dating other people? Because usually when a person's getting interested in you, they're going to ask you. 9 out of 10, they're going to ask you, are you dealing with someone else? Are you dating someone else? Are you talking to someone else? Whatever the case may be. And then that's when you can reveal your answer. Whether you decide to lie to them or not, that's on you, because I don't condone that. But I have no problem telling you, like, yeah, I'm talking to other people or dealing with 2 other people. I'm dating 2 other people. What's up? So, Tim, you better fall in line because Beck and Johnny already on my roster. Period.
And Beck and Johnny don't. Beck and Johnny can be on that. I hope Tim be like, I feel that though. I feel that because people really sometimes they do gotta fall in line or not. But that's the beauty of being honest with somebody. It's like they can either fall in line or not. But yeah, is it weird to get tested together even though you're just dating?
No, I've done that multiple times with people I've been just dating. I essentially think it's beneficial, especially when y'all are having some type of sexual relationship as well. Because although you are dating multiple people, you probably are having sex with these multiple people. So that's when it becomes more like you need to be open situation. But if you're not having sex with them, they don't need no shit. But if you are, especially one specific person, like you're having sex with Johnny multiple times and not really doing anything with Beck and Tim, they just get the date out of you. Then it's like, make sure you're getting tested with Johnny. Make sure you know Johnny's statuses. Make sure he knows yours. Make sure y'all are having fun, but you're having safe fun. Okay.
Yes.
So we love
yes.
Exactly. That. Right. So yeah, I have done that a few times with people I've dated. So yeah. I think it's very important, very crucial, especially if y'all, exchanging bodily fluids and stuff.
It's a little weird for me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like doing anything that's gonna give a false pretense of us getting more serious than I would like it to be. And I feel like getting tested together is like a
relationship.
A couples thing, yeah. You know, so we can get tested together, but not together, if that makes sense. Like, we can go get tested at the same time, or like at different facilities or around the same time like that, and we can share each other's results and things like that. But as far as like going to the clinic together, it's just like, if I know that I'm still unsure about you, unsure about settling down with you, unsure about any of those things, like, I'm not going to do it. It's a little weird for me. It's giving like,
that's fair.
You think you're going to think one thing with this, and I'm not on that page. Like, I'm, as y'all can hear, I'm very big on like making it very clear on where everybody stands on the roster, not on the roster, like, you know, hookup or otherwise. But how long is too long to date without a title?
Well, first off, let me like pay back on what you said.
Okay.
Because
cool.
I cannot. Essentially, yes, I get that. A person may think like it's going to be something that it's not, but also, like I said, with Johnny, he was the main person I'm having sex with. So if Johnny's the main person I'm having sex with, back in Tim, it won't matter. And Johnny knows, like, clearly, like, we're doing this because we're sexually active. And it's not even because we're trying to be in a relationship, like, potentially, but at the same time, it's because we're so sexually active and we're good on that level with both dating and having sex. We're close enough to be like, we can do this together. And not be under false pretenses that, oh, we're in a relationship or we're going to have a relationship. Because at the same time, Johnny's doing good. We were sexually active and we're doing all this. But at the same time, I can end up with Beck at the end of the day. I don't think Tim making it. Like, he number three. But Beck is competing and Beck is doing really good. Like, he's giving me the things. He's giving me everything I want. He's doing the things. So it's just like, yeah. And now it's like, now I'm about to open up to Beck more because, like, he's doing a good job. So you never know. That's what I want to say. How long is too long? For me, I would say.
That's fair. I don't know. For me, yeah, it's just like.
How long is too long to date without it?
If we were friends, then maybe. Like, if we were friends and we just started dating or something like that, or, you know, doing the as Ryan would say, the yeah, okay. Then that is something different because, like, there was an already established, like, type of dynamic or relationship or things like that. Then I'd probably be more comfortable with that because at the end of the day, it's like, it's given what it would have gave if we weren't dating, or like, you know, or yeah.
Okay. So, like you said, how long is too long to date without a title? For me, I would say, to me, I would say probably a year plus. Like, if y'all have been dating for over a year and there's still no like title, y'all just both like single and dating, it's giving right now. So it's not going nowhere because it shouldn't take that long for y'all to figure it out. Like a year, yes. By the year, y'all should be at least exclusive. Cause then it's like, okay, now we know where we're going. If not exclusive in a relationship, y'all should be at one of those tiers. Y'all should be at tier 3 or 4. If y'all not there, then it's giving right myself. We're not going anywhere. So let's just end it here. But yeah, that's what I say. What about you?
Younger me would give them 3 months. I think that's more than enough time for somebody to know what's going on because I don't like wasting my time. And that's what a lot of people like to do. They like to waste time. They like to date around. They like to get a feel. Now that I'm older, I do understand that it does take a little longer than 3 months to like get to know a person inside and out to know if you really want to commit to them. So I would even give them like 6 months because I feel like 6 months is a good time to really like see a lot of someone's character. You know, that's a half a year. And especially if you're being intentional with the dating and things like that, you can kind of like. You kind of know who you're dealing with. And although people change every day, you know, therapy, help, healing, processing, working, all of that jazz, it works. But I would say like 6 months. I feel like 6 months, I'll agree. It's max a year though. Because if it's been a whole year and you ain't got nothing, oh baby.
It's not happening.
Baby, it's not you.
It's not.
You like Tim, right? You Tim. You just don't know you Tim.
That part. Okay, what advice would you give someone who is newly single and wanting to date again?
Child, do you. Do not invest too soon. Do not overextend. Do not give too much energy.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that always do what you want to do out of like the genuineness of your heart, not because you feel like it's going to get a reaction or it's going to please the other person that you're trying to court. If you're trying to court, or if someone's trying to court you, vice versa. Like, always make sure that you are thinking of yourself as the table. You know, you are the table, you are the prize, and if what someone won't do, the next person will.
That part.
So just always keep that in mind, and don't be afraid to lose people along the way, because you will.
I would say, essentially, to wrap up, yes, do you, but at the same time, take your time. Take your time. Don't rush. That is a part of doing you. Take your time for you, because you're single for a reason, and I'm pretty sure you're newly single, as it said. So that means that you just got out of something. So you need to take your time to heal. Don't jump into something so soon. Sometimes things happen. We get it, especially if they're in your proximity. But look, take your time. Do what you need to do for you. Have fun. Explore.
Yes, have fun. I forgot that one.
Have fun and explore. Like, if you want to go back on the apps, go back on the apps. Nobody's judging you. And if they judge you, fuck them. Go back on the apps. Live your life. Okay, there's Hinge. There's Jax.
There's a lot of them.
There's
Scruff,
okay.
Sniffies.
Okay.
Grinder.
Boom. I mean, I wouldn't.
Adam for Adam. Tinder.
But for the Black queer men, Jax, Hinge, primarily. Adam for Adam a little bit. But yeah, those are the main three that I would throw out there. But as a whole, just go have fun, explore, date, and meet new people. It's fun. But hopefully y'all learned something new today, and took some tips.
Okay.
And go out and be single-ish. You know,
Good
single
luck.
and on your ish.
Good luck to all of us.
Okay, we all in the same boat, baby, but we live in life. Without further ado, it's your fave duo saying bye.